introduction to networking, subnetting. We are going to talk about IP addresses, subnet masks. I want to make sure that you have a very good idea where to start. We'll have 2 lectures dedicated to that topic. I want to start with IP addresses and subnet masks. Make sure that you understand. I decided to include that in this series, even though it's pretty advanced when you think about that. Subnetting is not difficult. You just need some time to figure it out, to think it through. That's why I like to introduce that straight away, because it gives you more time to understand, to play with it, to watch it again. Later on, it is pretty easy to move to more advanced topics. If I can give you that advice, subnetting is not difficult if you take your time. Make sure that you master all basic examples. You're okay with subnet masks, with private IP addresses, everything that we're going to cover in the next 10 minutes. Make sure that you understand every single word. Later on, it will be, believe me, very easy to move to more advanced topics. Let's get started. Ready? What is a subnet and a subnet mask? You can think of a subnet as a piece of your network. And a subnet mask is something that allows you to answer the following question. Am I on the same network as that printer, as a server, as a router? It is a really important question. Let me give you the following example. There are 2 PCs, PC1 and PC2. They're connected to a switch. And this switch is connected to a router. That's how we draw a router. Let's say router, switch. And of course here, access to the internet. PC1 wants to send a message to PC2, and at the same time, or a second later, PC2 decided to go to Facebook. Yes, let's post some updates. If PC1 and PC2 are on the same subnet, they will talk to each other like that, directly. If PC1, yeah? If PC1 is not on the same subnet as Facebook, and of course Facebook is somewhere else, it is over here somewhere, then PC1 will send it where? To its default gateway. Because PC1 says, well, I have no idea where facebook.com is. It is not in my network. I will send it to my router, because this router should know how to route, how to send that message to facebook.com. It's time to answer the main question. How will that happen? Not sure if you've seen a subnet mask before. Example is 255, 255, 2550. And for now, to keep it simple, please memorize that 255 means match on network, and 0 means I do not care. I don't care. Now, 2 IP addresses. Just, the easiest is the way to understand is to try it out and show an example. 192.168.1.25, an IP address, and 192.168.1.179. Are they on the same subnet? Now, 255 means match. 192.192. Yeah, it's okay. 255. Yeah? The third octet, that's how we call it. 1, yeah, that makes sense. And 0, I don't care. They do not have to match. It means, yes, they are on the same subnet. What if I added 192.168.8.71? Now, we know the first 3 octets have to match. 192.168, and then it's 8. That's not good, they don't match. This IP address is not on the same subnet as the first 2 IP addresses. Now let's check the table that I prepared for you over here. We talk about IPv4, because there is IPv6, and in IPv6, the subnet mask is not as important in many cases, but it's beyond our discussion. Our main focus is on something that we use every day, which is IPv4. We have 5 classes of IP addresses. If you decide to go for, let's say, CCNA, MTA in networking, CompTIA, whatever, you will have to memorize these ranges, because you can get a question like that on your exam. Please note that, you have to memorize the table. Class A starts with 1 and the last IP address is 126. That's it. There is nothing to understand. You just have to memorize these 5 rows. That's it. One thing I want to mention is that every single group has they have a default subnet mask, and this is something you have to memorize as well. Class A, B, and C over here. A, B, and C. Now one more example to make sure you're okay with everything. Let's say I have 10.10.7.25, 10.10.8.129. Can you give me a subnet mask that will make them available on the same subnet? So I want them to be on the same subnet. Can you go for a subnet mask that will make it happen? I hope that you said, well, I can go for class A or class B. Both will work. Class C is not good because the third octet is not the same. It's 7 and 8. That's why it's not good to go for 255.255.255. It's okay to go for 255.0.0.0. Even though they match, I said I didn't care. I'm okay. I don't really care. They match, they don't match. I do not care. That's why this subnet mask is okay. And of course, 255.255.0.0, because the first 2 octets, they have to match. That's where I want to stop. We'll continue our discussion in the next lecture. Thank you very much.